Hey. So I was watching the death of Elisa Lam, the new documentary about the death of Elisa Lam at Cecil Hotel in LA. And I think it's one of their worst documentaries. But I wasn't really that obsessed with the death of Elisa Lam, but more interested, it piqued my interest in Skid Row. I wanted to find out more. I'm embarrassed to say that I'd heard of Skid Row, but I didn't know about Skid Row. And the documentary piqued my interest to do some reading about Skid Row. My cat's peeping in the background, so I apologise if you could hear that meow meow sound. So it made me stop to do some more research on Skid Row. And from what I have found, it seems to be a worldwide disgrace. It's a disgrace for the city of Los Angeles. It's a disgrace for the state of California. And it's a big disgrace for the United States that there can be this area in one of the most wealthiest cities in the world that is rampant with homelessness, drug abuse, and crime, prostitution. I found my research, I looked at some YouTube videos, heart-wrenching, because when one of us is living like that in this country, all of us are living like that in this country. Poverty, I think, I don't know which singer it was. To be poor is a crime, a reggae singer. And I'm not talking poor that you can't afford a pair of shoes. I'm not talking about poor, you can't get to go on vacation. I'm talking about the level of poverty that exists on death row, on Skid Row. I am traumatized. I'm traumatized. I am disgusted. I never want to see it in real life. And yet, if I ever go back to LA, I know my personality. I'm going to be drawn to see it, and then I'm not going to be able to sleep for weeks on end because I'd be so traumatized by it. And they're steps away from Beverly Hills with all of those rich celebrities. What are they doing? With all of the rich studios there, what are they doing? How can this exist? And it's majority African Americans that live there. I think it's nearly 10% ex-military, ex-war veterans that live there. It operates, and it said this in the Netflix, and then I've researched it, but it operates an open drug market. And prostitution is rampant. The Cecil Hotel is there, so a lot of people from there, I guess they get a couple of dollars and want to sleep in a bed for the night. But how can this exist? For centuries, for decades now, apparently. Again, I'm really embarrassed. I found out about this from watching the Netflix documentary that was supposed to be about Elisa Lam. The story was much to do about nothing. I don't know how the young lady died, and it's sad. I don't think she killed herself. I don't think it was accidental. But there was some mental illness there. But how many people are dying on Skid Row every single day? How many people are there that are suffering from mental illness? How could they be allowed to live there? Apparently, when they get released from prisons and from some mental institutions, they drop them off there. And it's just like, what do you do? How can we help? Come on, celebs. You're there with your millions. Do something. There's a couple that operate a soup kitchen there that I applaud with everything I have. I try and do my part as a human being for the betterment of people. But to go to somewhere like that just would be too overwhelming because I wouldn't know where to begin. But we are all here, and I don't live in California. So for those people in the state of California, you need to do something. You need to get up and address that rampant disease that is called Skid Row that is there. Because poverty is a crime. And to have people living like that at your doorsteps is disgraceful. And the fact that a lot of them look like me, they are African American, they are people who served in the military to defend us. We need to do something. I'm really traumatized. Bye-bye.